What a time!
Hudson pulls up, and there it is.
Atlanta ready to seal the deal.
Great barrier thief. Trey, what a move!
Will fire one up at the buzzer.
Behind the back!
Wilkins, look out.
Wow!
Welcome back to another edition of Birds and Buckets. I'm Rashad Milligan, joined here by Malik Brown, who should be here in a second. But, just a big week for the Atlanta Hawks. They are currently on a 4-game win streak, I believe, off the top of my head and things of that sort. They are on a West Coast trip right now. They have, they beat the teams they were supposed to beat. So that's a good sign always because, with the Hawks, they have a tendency to play down to their competition and things of that sort. So that was not the case on this time around. They beat the teams they were supposed to beat. They didn't play with their food. The Clippers game was probably the most impressive win out of all of these. Malik, how did you feel about this current road trip and the success they've had?
I feel like a lot of people are saying, like, I guess in years past, they probably wouldn't win these type of games, especially like last night. But they've played really well. Like last night, I feel like last night was probably one of their worst, which is kind of crazy to think because of how many threes they made. But like when you kind of looked at the game, it was kind of like, all right, if the threes are not falling, then what? That's kind of what it was. And when the threes stopped falling, that's when Utah got back in the game. And then they made it a game in the second half. But then the defense kind of, came together in the fourth and held them to 19 points. So, but it was just good to get one of those type of wins because, like, they probably don't get a win like that last year or the year before and stuff like that without Trey. So it was good to see them do that. Clippers game was kind of sort of the same thing. They started really slow, but V kind of got them back into it, and then after that they found a groove and they were kind of able to escape that one. And then before Utah was, who am I missing? Oh, Sacramento. Sacramento was probably the best game they played so far. Because Sacramento don't have anybody to guard Jalen Johnson, and I mean they were kind of just playing well throughout the entire game. So that was probably their best win on the road trip so far. So yeah, so far it's been good. Like it's been good to see like them able to get these wins without Trey and everything like that, and Jalen kind of like showing who he is these past 2 games. And everybody else kind of like, supporting him. Like Luke kind of started the season off slow, but it was kind of the thing of like, he wasn't shooting the ball, and he's been shooting the ball like this week, and he barely has missed. Same thing with V. Like, I was just telling somebody this after the Clippers game, and I was like, I've always kind of felt that V could shoot the ball like since last year, but the thing with V is like he doesn't shoot the ball when he's supposed to. Like he kind of passes out of a shot or like hesitates and stuff like that, and it's like, just shoot the ball, bro. Like like you can shoot. And I'm glad this week that it's kind of been able to he's been able to show that he can shoot the ball if he just shoots the ball. Like it's really it. And everybody else like Nikhil, Dyson, like they've been playing well. Kristaps has played well during this stretch. So I mean, it feels like everything is kind of coming together as far as like defense, and the offense is kind of just like following suit.
Yeah. Speaking of my one question, because I missed the game last night. I was doing 1 a.m. here.
Yeah.
But last night my one question was, Laurie had 40. Who was guarding him primarily? To give him that 40.
It wasn't Jalen. it was very strange because I I can't remember who started. I think it may have been Dyson to start off on him, but then after that it was like V, and then Mo had like a few chances. I know Jalen did, but like it wasn't like a main person on him, but it was more like some of the people that were on him didn't need to, like V was did not need to be on Laurie at all, but like he was. Um, I saw a few times. I think like maybe I think it was somebody small. I can't remember if it was Luke or somebody, but I was like, why is Luke guarding Laurie? I don't know if it was off of a screen or something, but like I would say it wasn't like he gave some specific person 40. It was kind of like collective group effort type of 40. Like he was just giving everybody a bucket. And I was confused. I was like, why don't you just put Jalen on him? I mean, of course, I guess Dyson made sense, but I would have put Jalen on him or on Yeka or something like that. Or
Just
Mo. Or Mo.
well, I was just about to ask how has Jalen's defensive overall effort been? It's something that we got on him a couple episodes ago. Has it been better during this stretch of offensive kind of outstanding performances?
Yeah, it's definitely been better. It kind of started like late in the Clippers game, and then he played. It was good against Sacramento, and it was good last night. Like it's been pretty solid from when the last time we talked about it. Like it's there's more, and like I said last time, it kind of felt like it was just an effort thing, but it kind of just feels like he knows where to go. Like he's putting more effort into playing defense. Like it just it just looks better. So I mean, I can't really complain much about what he's done on defense. I mean, he had seven steals last night. Like I I, I think that's a lot to do with just how he was being active on defense. So I give it to him. He's improved.
100%. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So now I think one thing that has stood out to me throughout this win streak is like insurance, front court insurance, because obviously everybody's looking in the backcourt and Trey and how Beat's doing in Trey's absence and things of that sort. But I think the more thing that's kind of like even more important to pay attention to is the front court insurance, because Porzingis is injury prone and Jalen's injury prone. It's like happy as everybody is right now with Jalen, he is still injury prone. Like he had a great start to last year and everything like that, and then he got hurt. So I think, now you see what Mo is capable of. You see what Anyeka is capable of still, on a consistent basis and things of that sort. And then you see, Asa in his limited minutes and things of that sort. When he gets in the game, he looks like he belongs. He can shoot the three ball as well, and he can do all the other things. A lot of the stuff that his game isn't like Jalen's, but he can do a lot of Jalen like things and things like that. So he's more like a kind of a Chris Bosh type of guy and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's the thing that I'm more kind of like, oh man, that's good, because while the good times are the good times, you're always thinking with the Hawks like, okay, insurance, what happens if this guy goes down? What happens if that guy goes down? Because you don't want Porzingis and Jalen to get hurt at the same time and then your season's over. You don't have your pick. Your pick goes to San Antonio. So there's no benefit in losing. And yeah. So that's the main thing I'm looking at. I guess, just how do you feel about front court depth and everything like that and insurance?
Yeah, I think it's been like the biggest blessing for the Hawks this season. To kind of just be able to like go that deep, and it's kind of a thing when it's like everybody knows like Mo's been playing really good when he gets minutes this season, and like folks are kind of just like, why is he not getting more minutes? And though he should be getting more minutes, in certain spots it's kind of like he can't because you got Jalen, Kristaps, and Jalen like kind of just like there. So I mean, it's gonna be nice where he get like, I don't know how many minutes he played last night, but like it's gonna be times where he gets like 8 minutes or 10 minutes or 12 minutes or something like that. I mean, he had 15 last night, so Yeah, like it's gonna be those type of games where he just doesn't get that many minutes because of just like maybe Jalen's hot or like last night Onyeka kind of just like goes nuclear or I mean he got a lot of extra minutes last night because Kristaps didn't play. And Asa got like a few minutes too, like what
Yeah, he
six?
got 6 minutes.
So yeah, and it's good to see like they're good and they're contributing. Like for the Lakers game, like you had Kristaps and Jalen out, and then like Mo steps up. Asa hits like a few threes and gets like 4 steals. Um, like it's kind of good to have those. I don't know, it's like a good problem to have. And I kind of already knew coming in that Asa wasn't going to get like a lot of burn, but when you got a player like Kristaps that's not playing back to backs, and they're probably not giving him all the minutes in the world, like he might need to come in, when somebody's in foul trouble or something like that. So front court depth has been really good to see, because they haven't had it in a while. Like even when Jalen was healthy last season, um, there really wasn't that much depth. And then, Jalen gets hurt and then Mo has to start. And then you got Mo and Niang.
Barlow. I
Yeah,
was
and
about to say,
Barlow. Yeah, and Barlow. Like
Barlow,
they're
yeah.
not like Barlow. You're not really gonna play him like that. And Mo was kind of coming into his own, and like Niang can shoot the ball, but he's kind of like he is a minus on defense. So it's kind of good to have defense and offense in this front court.
I've been complaining about like the new NBA of like especially opening week when Houston they don't have Fred VanVleet, so they were trying a min at the point guard, and
Yeah.
then in New Orleans they were trying Willie Green was trying Herb Jones at point guard because DeJounte's out, so it was, and then who else is another team that was Dallas, while Kyrie's out, they started the season with Cooper at point guard.
Yeah.
And so, I was just like, I'm just not a fan of that. I understand the guys can bring the ball up and handle the ball, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they should be the full-time point guards and especially the starters. However, in a situation like this with Trae Young out, I think it does help that V, even though like V is a point guard, quote unquote, like he isn't necessarily a traditional point guard, being 6'9" and being a shooter that he is. And Jalen Johnson being the point forward that he is, these are the times where a lot of that stuff, a lot of those multiple skills things really help you out. Like the fact that Porzingis can handle the ball when he needs to, the fact that Onyeka now he saved his career by learning how to shoot the ball, and all of these things. Like all of these guys having guard like skills is helpful for a time like this without Trae Young for 4 to 6 weeks. And I don't know. I think that's a helpful thing. But before I guess we get into the main rant today.
Yeah, the week long rant that everybody's been ranting about after every game.
Yeah, man. All right. So is it time? Is it that time?
Yeah, I think
So
so. I think
let's
so, man. Might as well go ahead.
all right. Let's get this thing out the way, bro. So all right. I understand a lot of you might be just old enough. Like Trey has been in the league now for like 7-8 years. 2018 was 7 years ago. So it's been about 7-8 seasons. So there is a legitimate case for you to be in your early 20s, or especially as a teenager, where the only type of basketball you remember with the Hawks involves Trey Young. So it's very easy to take him for granted because Trey does things that make you frustrated sometimes. Like he makes flashy plays, and sometimes that can lead to turnovers that look bad, or shots that are so bad that they can equal turnovers because you miss a long three, you get a long rebound, and you already have an advantage running the other way on the other side of the court. Easy bucket. Sometimes he just stands on defense. I understand all of these things and the frustration. Don't get it twisted. Trey is something the Hawks have never had my entire time watching the Hawks. I'm 30 years old, so I've watched the Hawks and remembered watching the Hawks since I was 6, 7 years old. So in the past 24, 23 years of my life, I've never seen a player make the Hawks as relevant as Trae Young has. We're in the city of Atlanta. The city of Atlanta, like they've always had a passion for basketball, but never a passion for the Hawks. Why is that? Because city of Atlanta loves flash. Why was the city wearing Michael Vick jerseys when Matt Ryan was winning MVPs and taking the team to the Super Bowl? It's because Michael Vick was flashy. The city just loves Allen Iverson, Carmelo Anthony, LeBron James, Michael Jordan. They love the big flashy names. Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade. That's what Atlanta loved. I watched the city go from the Golden State Warriors games go from being empty to the Golden State Warriors games being full because the city loves the excitement and everything like that of Steph Curry. That's just what Atlanta is. It's the city of finesse. People wear fake jewelry, people fake stunt on the gram, everything like that. That it just is what it is. That's the city. What's up, Dan? What's happening, Dan? The Hawks are looking good this year. KP looks like the perfect fit to Trae, even if it's a small sample size. Shouts out to Dan, man. You know what I'm saying? He knows a thing or two about Porzingis, you know, when he was on the Mavericks and things of that sort next to Luka. So it's kind of like similar thing coming in. With that being said, that is Atlanta. Like Atlanta loves looking flashy. Atlanta loves looking rich. It's hood rich. It's all the things. Whether you know you might see some broke folks with some grills in their mouth, whatever the case. Everybody want to stunt. Everybody want to flex. Everybody want to shine. They never had that my entire life. The last resemblance of that they had on a superstar level was Dominique Wilkins. That's why when, you know, regardless of how bad the Hawks got or whatever, you always see a bunch of Pac-Man Dominique Wilkins jerseys around the city, and it was a staple because people love flash. Why do people love Deion Sanders and primetime and everything like that in the city of Atlanta, even though he only played 4 seasons for the Falcons? It's because Deion was flashy. He wore gold chains. He had the little jewelry on his hand and stuff like that. He high-stepped. And he played baseball, and he did the same thing in baseball. He had the chain around his neck in baseball. He played in the outfield where you could style and profile or whatever the case. He stole bases. He played in an exciting way that black people enjoyed. Ronald Acuna Jr., same way. If Ronald Acuna Jr. admitted that he spoke English publicly, he have all the black fans in it. Here's what it is. So that is just Atlanta, Georgia. That's the culture. And Atlanta had not had that for 30 plus years. They had Jason Terry. Yeah, he had the headband. He wore the sweatsuits to the club and everything, and the headbands to the club and the do-rags and stuff like that. Jason Terry wasn't a superstar. They had Josh Smith. Josh Smith was, I feel like Josh Smith was probably the most embraced Hawk, if anything, because he's from College Park, so he gets the culture of the city and the South and everything like that, because he's literally a hometown kid. So everybody embraced him. He played flashy. But Josh was not a superstar. Why? Because Josh thought he could shoot like Tracy McGrady, and he couldn't. And so the city booed him and stuff like that. So it was a love-hate relationship with Josh Smith. And then moving on, Al Horford. He's a great player. He's boring. Then you look, Paul Millsap. He's a great player. He's boring. Kyle Korver, exciting player. He shoots. He's white. The city embraced him like, oh, you all right with us, white boy, because he can shoot, and you know he helping the team. And shooting is exciting. Steph Curry, Jeff Teague, he kind of played exciting. He could dunk as a point guard. He had great athleticism. However, he was quiet during his career. Believe it or not, Jeff Teague, the one with the #1 podcast and the funniest pod, Club 520, he was quiet. They were boring. It was a boring locker room. It was a boring group of people. I remember talking to Rembert Brown. Shout out to Rembert, and he said, "Man, the Millsap years were so terrible because the team was good, but it was so fundamentally sound. There was nothing there." Dwight Howard came in. That would have been a great player to have in his prime. However, Dwight Howard didn't decide to come back home to the Hawks until after his prime. So then, you know, you dunking and you dominating, back down, rebound, block shots. Jokic is in the league at this point. Jokic is doing this and and he is shooting threes and you talking about back down, two-hand dunk on. That wasn't the game anymore. His game was outdated. That's the reason why the city didn't could fully get behind Dwight Howard. Also, he just wasn't here long enough. He was only here for a year. Trae Young is a player that perfectly encapsulates Atlanta in terms of his flash, his style of play, and star factor, star power. And if you just take that for granted and get rid of him just because the team has won 3-4 games against the Utah Jazz and the Sacramento Kings and the Los Angeles Lakers without LeBron James, then hey, and the Los Angeles Clippers without Kawhi Leonard, then hey, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. You're in for a rude awakening. This team needs Trae Young. This franchise needs Trae Young. The city needs Trae Young. Without Trae Young, you have nothing. In the NBA, it's all about stars. You're not going to get a team like the Detroit Pistons in 2004 where you win a championship without a star. It doesn't exist in the league. Ever since LeBron went on ESPN, sat down in 2010 in July and said, I'm taking my talents to South Beach, and he built the big three down there. There's been no such thing as an NBA team that is successful without a star. So with that being said, the Hawks need a star. They have a star in Trae Young, and you don't just give up on a star easily because you feel like it's the most convenient thing to do. So that's what I want to say about Trae. That's why he's respected, and that's why he's needed with the Hawks. Go ahead, Malik.
No, you kind of said everything as far as like on the court and off the court. Like I started watching the Hawks like around the time where they lost in the second round to the Bulls, and they had Joe and all them boys. And it was exciting, but like I felt like those years before was exciting too, but they weren't winning. It's like this time around is like, and I've seen like we were talking, like you're talking about in the group chat earlier, the 17-18 squad, like that had Torian Prince like the leading scorer, if I'm not, or like Dennis Schroeder. Like I remember those years. That year was not good at all. And then you get Trae, and it's like he get a song, like he cool with Quavo, like it's like the excitement. You could see the excitement. And I mean, since then, like they may have not been winning that much, but like you could see a path of them kind of just like, yeah, that's a lot of like they haven't been winning. I mean, if they went to the Eastern Conference Finals, but like since then they haven't been really winning a lot. But these past 2 years, you can kind of see like real growth. And I don't know what it is with like the whole thing with Trae's whole career is like he's small, can't play defense. Okay, like we get it. But like he's a really, really good offensive player. He's like a top 3 point guard in the league. Like it's you can't take that away from him. So like I don't understand why it has to be, oh, he's not playing. The Hawks are still playing good. That means we should trade him. Like, I don't think it should be like that. It should be like teams nowadays, like we've kind of left the big 3 era. So it's like if a star is out and the team is still playing good, that says a lot about the team. Like that's a good problem to have. Like it's not even a problem. It's good to be able to win games without your best player on the floor. That just shows that you have a good team and you have good depth. So I feel like Trae is like the only player that kind of gets that rap of like, oh, he not playing, but the Hawks playing good. Let's trade him. Bron ain't played all season. The Lakers are like 8-4, 8-5. I ain't heard one Lakers fan. I ain't heard nobody on the TL say, oh, LeBron need to retire. LeBron need to get traded. I ain't heard none of that from no Lakers fans. Any of that. It's probably because I'm not on that side of Twitter, but I ain't heard it nowhere. I ain't even heard it on ESPN or nothing. But as soon as Trae got hurt, and I think they won the game after or something like that, DeMarcus Cousins has been saying this since last year. I don't know why.
DeMarcus Cousins might be one of the worst things that have happened to basketball commentary, bro. And like for him to turn heel on the city of New Orleans, when the city of New Orleans, I didn't even know this was a clip. So a fan posted it and they said, "Dang, Boogie, you gonna do us like this?" It's a clip of the Pelicans in the playoffs. They went in by like 30 or whatever against the Blazers, and everybody wearing red. They packed out the Smoothie King. It's and then they just start chanting in the fourth quarter, "Boogie, Boogie, Boogie," and then the big screen flashed to Boogie on the sideline. He in street clothes. He not even playing. He just pointing on the sideline, standing up. The whole team standing up for some reason on the sideline. They up by 30 points in the playoff game. I don't know why they standing up. And then, but when they put him on the screen, everyone said, this man Boogie Cousins was in the Mardi Gras parade. Where did all this smoke come from? With New Orleans. Yeah, New Orleans. He need to get out of there. Cooper Flag, he gonna get lost in the sauce with the Saints. New Orleans need to relocate. I don't know where all of this is coming from. Boogie Cousins, like you say, last season, first thing, Trey's he got to get out of Atlanta. Yeah, because he talking about him with Sacramento. What about all the jokers that left their first team and they like don't leave your first team like Dwight Howard? The grass ain't always greener on the other side. I'm sure Kevin Durant, he may never admit this until he retires. I'm sure he regrets leaving OKC.
Facts. No, that's facts. That kind of tells a story about DeMarcus Cousins. He just kind of just be throwing out takes. But I guess the end of everything is like it's as simple as saying like the Hawks are not better without Trae Young. They're playing good without him right now. But as a whole, like they've played the Kings, like just look at the teams they've played this week. Granted, and I'm glad they won those games. Like they should be happy that they won those games. But when it comes to like, I just want to see how they look against these other top teams. Like they played the Cavs last week, or was that the week before, and like lost. You feel me? Like they didn't have the offensive juice in the fourth quarter to win the game. Like the Cavs are a good team. So now you got to play Phoenix on Sunday, who was been playing good this season. You got to play Detroit, who is like 10-2, first in the Eastern Conference. Then you got to play the Spurs. You got to play Wemby and them boys. So like, okay, cool. We get it. They won. They on a 4-game winning streak. They doing good without Trae. They beating teams they supposed to beat. Now we finna flip the page and see what happens then. And I'm not saying that this should be a point to all the trade people that, okay, if they do win these next 3 games, like they should feel validated. No, like it's still not like that easy. Like, and I don't think they'll win some of these games, honestly. They'll surprise me if they do. But it's still not simple as saying like the Hawks are better without Trae. Like Trae does a lot for the team, and he doesn't have to be this scorer, this 25, 27 points per game scorer, but he's still he is the best playmaker in the league, in my opinion. And that goes a long way. So these shots that they're getting now with Jalen being a playmaker is good. But I've seen him get Luke wide open. I've seen him getting Nikhil wide open. You think Jalen playing good now? I mean, just wait until Trae get back. Like it's gonna be even better. So I don't know, man. Like I think that's really what it is at the end of the day. Like they're better defensively without him, of course. Like we get it, but like offensively, no. Like they're doing a good job just running. Like that's been their big thing. If you run, you're gonna get a bucket, and they've been running all week. And Jalen's been finding folks running, but like when it comes to crunch time and you need a bucket in the half court, it's gonna be hard without Trae. That's all I'm saying.
And pop quiz, Malik, who is this?
I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know.
He don't even look like a real NBA player.
Like,
I think this might be Tyler Kavanaugh.
Tyler was white though, wasn't he?
Tyler Kavanaugh was white. So that
wasn't Tyler the guy you just
Tyler
showed
Kavanaugh
before?
Is white. Okay.
That was the guy you showed before.
This was Tyler Kavanaugh.
Yeah, that's Tyler.
Do you remember who this is? I remember who this is.
That's Isaiah, right?
No.
That's not Isaiah Taylor?
I think this is Lamar Patterson.
No, that's not.
This ain't Lamar Patterson. Hold on, let me see.
No, I think number 4 might be no, I don't know. That's Isaiah.
This is Lamar Patterson.
That's Lamar.
Wait, hold on. So
Lamar was
ain't.
13.
Oh yeah, that ain't. Yeah, okay.
That was, bro. Look up Isaiah
Okay,
Taylor.
Isaiah Taylor. Yeah. Isaiah Taylor. Yeah. That was Isaiah Taylor. See, it's so crazy.
They all look the
He only got
same.
2 pictures of him. He played in the NBA. His college football players named Isaiah Taylor. They got more pictures than him up here, bro.
Oh
We
my
all
god.
know this legend. This legend. We know this one.
Hey, what was his name? Hey, what was his name, bro? He could shoot really good too.
Yeah.
He was he a lefty?
This was someone they like cut and brought back like for 3 straight seasons.
Bro, I done forgot his name, bro.
Josh Majette.
Majette. Yes, Majette. Yes.
I had to name drop him today on Twitter when they was complaining about Trey. They said, please don't come back. Ever since this little man was drafted to my team, it's been nothing but stress. I said, have you ever heard of the name Josh Majette? You know who Josh Majette is? Y'all keep taking Trey Young for granted. We give you Josh Majette and Isaiah Taylor. Or who
I don't even know who that is. I don't know who
Taylor.
that is, bro.
You don't know who this is. This look like a dang. Recall Kavanaugh, Evans. So this must be Evans, Majette, and White the third. We still don't know who this is.
I don't know who that is, bro.
He don't even look like a real NBA player.
Bro. Look like my career player.
And then the jerseys, bro. Like,
yeah. That was, bro, that year was bad, bro.
They don't even know this was a jersey, bro. So it's like, if you don't even know this was a jersey, you don't need to be saying nothing about Trey Young.
Facts.
You don't need to be complaining nothing about Trey Young because you don't even know. You don't even know 13 wins.
Bro, that was bad.
I grew up with 13 wins. 13 wins. I was in how old was I? I was in 4th grade. These jokers won 13 games, bruh. Like, are you like legit? They traded Antoine in the middle of the season back to Boston. They said, go ahead back to Boston, bro. 13 wins. It was supposed to be Antoine Walker and Al Harrington. Al Harrington whole time smoking weed, apparently. Out the Wazoo. This was the worst team ever, bro. One of the worst teams in NBA history. 13 wins.
Oh, Pierce.
If you wasn't, and Josh Smith was about 17 years old on that team. And Josh Childress, he had the afro and things of that sort. If you wasn't around for the pain, for the Rise Up Hawks, you ain't even know their name was. You just thought Rise Up was for the Falcons. Rise Up was for the Hawks. The Hawks had Rise Up first, and they didn't rise to nothing but the lottery every single year. The Hawks were so bad they couldn't even win the lottery. And when they got close enough, when they got the number 2 pick, the highest they've ever had, they drafted Marvin Williams. That's how bad the Hawks were. They were bad at drafting. They were bad at the lottery. They couldn't win the lottery, and they couldn't draft after the lottery was announced. Like, they got lucky that Al Horford panned out and lucky that Josh Smith panned out. Everybody else was a thud. So if you don't know what it's like to see 13 wins, if you don't know what it's like to celebrate 26 wins because it was double the wins total from the year before, if you don't know what it's like to celebrate 30 wins after the 26 wins because you signed Joe Johnson, if you don't know what it's like to see Speedy Claxton make you excited, then you might just, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. You ain't suffered enough to understand what true pain is. This Trey Young thing right here, the Eastern Conference Finals, and y'all talking about we ain't got no NBA championship. Who got an NBA championship? Last 20 years, name all the franchises that got an NBA championship in the last 20 years. Detroit ain't got no championship in the last 20 years. It's 2026.
Dang, when they won 2023, huh? I mean, 2003.
They won 2004.
Dang.
In 05, it was San Antonio. And then I think Cleveland got one in 16. Who else? Who else won one? But you got San Antonio winning 05, 06, Miami won, 07, San Antonio won, 08. Who won in 08?
Was it
Boston
Celtics or the
won.
Lakers?
Boston won in 08. 09. Who won in 09 after Boston won?
It wasn't Lakers after that?
Lakers 09, Lakers 2010, Dallas, shout out to Dan, 2011,
Dallas.
Miami 2012,
Miami
2013,
Spurs.
Spurs 14. We done named just 4 teams. How many people have won a championship in the last 20 years? We just went through 10 years. We named 4 teams. Okay, so let's continue. 14. So 15.
Cavs.
State.
I mean, Golden State. Yeah, Golden State.
16. I think that was the Cavs, right?
Yeah, 16 was Cavs.
16 was Cavs. 17, Golden State. 18, Golden State. 19, Toronto. 20, Lakers. 21. Who won 21?
Was it Warriors?
Warriors was 22, right? Oh, no. Warriors might have been 21, and then 22 was Denver, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Warriors was 21. We still naming the same 3 teams. 22, Denver. 23. Who won 23?
Celtics?
Celtics. 24. No, 24 was.
We missing one.
Yeah, 24 was the Celtics. 23 was Denver. 22 was the Warriors. And
we missing Bucks. Bucks was
21 was the Bucks. 21
Bucks,
was the Bucks. 21 was the Bucks. 22 was Golden State. 23 was the Nuggets.
Yeah.
24 was the Celtics. And 25, who won this year?
OKC.
I don't forget who won this year already.
So we just now getting to like different things now.
2020s is the first time we seen Denver, Milwaukee, and OKC win.
Yeah.
Them the first 3 teams out of Golden State, San Antonio, and the Lakers and the Heat when LeBron was there that don't win a championship.
Yep.
So what are we talking about here? They ain't got no championship. Ain't nobody got no championship. Unless you play for the Lakers, San Antonio, or Golden State. Ain't nobody else won no championships in the past 20 years that we just named. You just heard us go through the whole 2020 champion.
Yep.
So what is y'all talking about? You don't see New York talking about Trey Brunson?
Exactly.
Because New York, see, the thing about New York, you could say whatever you want about them and stuff like that, about them being obnoxious and things of that sort, because they are. But them jokers had to sit through some terrible basketball their whole lives.
Thanks.
And because they sat through terrible basketball and losing basketball their whole lives, they know to appreciate things, nice things, when they get them. When they get Brunson and they go into the Eastern Conference Finals, or they get somebody who just shows fight, Stephon Marbury, whatever the case might be, Carmelo Anthony, they're going to salute them and show them love and appreciation and everything. You jokers grew up with Joe Johnson, 10 playoff runs in a row. Y'all grew up with the 60-win Hawks. Y'all grew up with Trae Young. Y'all don't know nothing about the only season y'all had that was bad was 17-18. And you might have been too young to even care.
Thanks.
Because the next year they got Trae Young.
Thanks.
So you don't even know how to appreciate what's in front of you and when it's there and everything like that. So that's my main thing, man. Like, folks really just have to learn how to appreciate what's really going on and understand, like, the realness of the league. Like, you play to win. Yes, 100%. You play to win the championship. Everything else is a loser's mentality, second place mentality. At the same time, you still need to appreciate what's there while it's there. Ring culture going to have you not appreciating Trae Young. And you won't know until it's another 20 years before you get a superstar on the team or a star on the team. We'll say that.
Thanks.
Because you're going to have another Joe Johnson And you're gonna be like, dang, Joe cool and everything like that. It's his team, but we ain't got no superstar. We ain't got no star. And it's gonna be just like what it was. Everything that come back around. So learn to appreciate Trae Young right now, because it's something the Hawks haven't had since Dominique Wilkins. I'm not old enough to remember Dominique Wilkins on the Hawks, and neither is Malik. So I'm gonna appreciate what we have now, because in 20 years, Trae gonna get a statue if he never leaves. If Trae never leaves, if the only way he leaves is getting traded, and not because he signed with another team, that joker getting a statue outside of Phillips Arena, State Farm, whatever you want to call it, right next to him. It just is what it is.
Yeah, he definitely. He's already done a lot. Like in what 8, however long he's been here. Like he led the team to the conference finals in like his 3rd season, bro. Like, and I don't want to get into the what ifs, but like, what if he didn't get hurt against the Bucks? Like, I mean, who really knows? Like, but I mean, besides that, like, the dude is a top 3-point guard in the league, and he's the best playmaker in the league, and he's doing all of this at his size. Like, it's impressive, and like I said before, like everybody knows, like he doesn't his defense or whatever is like, one of the negative things. Like we get it, but like everything he does after that is kind of just like kind of hard to kind of just throw away, bro. Like I could see if he was like a mid-tier player, like a mid-tier offensive player, but no, he's not, bro. Like he's not. Like he makes everybody on the court better. And when you look at everybody who's played with him, like they've probably had their best seasons. Like John had his best season with Trae, and as soon as he left, like, okay, Kevin, same way. Like Kevin was playing well, as soon as he left, like boom, like who else? DeJounte had one of his best offensive seasons next to Trae, and I mean, he's been hurt since then, since he's got traded, but like it's kind of evident. Like the stats are there, bro. Like everybody Trae plays with, like he just elevates their game. So folks was even, bro, like Alex Len, Dwayne Dedman, like we don't talk about these dudes no more. But when when they were on the Hawks, it was like they was doing good. So I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. Like, folks, I don't know if folks are just getting greedy or just like the fact that, like the Pelicans pick, like, okay, we get it. Like the Pelicans pick, yeah, but like it's still a lottery. Like it's still a good chance this pick could go like 7 or 8 instead of 1, 2, or 3. Like, and you still got somebody on the team. If Trae ends up taking like less money than expected, that's a win for the Hawks. If he still want that 229, 4 or 5 years, whatever, like, okay, I get it. There's some things to think about. But like, we gotta live in the present, y'all. Like, the Celtics and the Pacers are not good this season because they lost their top 2 stars. If this is the 1 year to lock in and like at least try to compete, it's this year, bro. It's this year. Like, just focus on this year, and then whatever happens after that, okay, we get it. Like the Hawks are 8-5, and they're like top 5 in the East right now, and they're on a 4-game winning streak without their best player. That is very good. That does not mean that you're supposed to trade somebody. That does not, that math just does not add up right now. Like it does not add up. It should be okay. The Hawks are playing good without their best player. When their best player gets back on the floor, it should be even better. That should be the narrative, but it's not, and it's crazy to me. So I don't know, man. Like you said, it's probably just a bunch of like people that haven't really experienced like the Hawks when they were really bad, or like Atlanta sports in general. Like it's insane.
We're gonna do it like this. 2017, the Hawks were the 23rd most valuable team in the NBA. Their value at the time was $885 million. They weren't even worth $1 billion in 2017. Since Trae Young has been drafted in 2025, the Hawks' value as a team, as a franchise, is $5 billion. They're the 14th most valued team in the NBA. They're in the top half of valued teams in the NBA. They went from the bottom 10 to the top half of the NBA. And they did it more than 5 times their previous value in just 8 years of Trae Young. Now, a lot of that, okay, value, okay, probably has something to do with them putting a club and a barbershop in the arena, which sounds crazy still. A lot of that has to do with that. And the Smoothie King with 2 Chainz. Yeah, they keep renovating the arena, and that increases the value. And now they're doing the whole Pullman Yards, not Pullman Yards. Shout out to Pullman Yards. But they're doing a whole Centennial Yards
the
project
Gulch
right now
thing.
in the Gulch, which is going to raise the value even more. But a lot of this is because of this fella right here. When you look at the top selling jerseys in the league, I don't even know the numbers. I'm going to just look it up. Top selling jerseys. We're just going to look up top selling jerseys. All right, 2025, Trae might not be on the list 2025. And he's not. But Trae in 2021, let's go NBA top selling jerseys 2021. Here we go. 2021. Let's go. Trae was in the top.
Hey,
So it's like, what was the difference between this and this? Was this? So Trae wanting a gazillion billion dollars or whatever, that ain't just because of his play, it's because of his value that he's brought to the franchise. I mean, literally, look at this. Look at what's around him.
bro.
Like, respect, salute to John Collins. Great NBA career. Shout out to Kevin Huerter. Still a rotational player, respectable player. DeAndre Hunter's a rotational player for one of the best teams in the league. Cam Reddish, ni hao. Vince Carter been calling games for he's literally a veteran calling games now on air. He's been calling games for 10 years now.
Facts.
Joker only been retired 5 years. He's been calling games for 10 years. That's how long of a non-factor he's been as a player. This was Trae's supporting cast. This was the Big Five group. This was the core. Are you serious? Trae changed all y'all lives, man. He changed all y'all lives, man. If Trae want 200 some million, give Trae 200 some million. Now, if you don't want to afford it because salary cap, everything like that, I understand. You know, we're gonna settle it on the business table, 100%. But Trae has done more for the franchise than anybody has done for the franchise since number 21. And that just is what it is, man. And the kids gotta respect that, and they gotta acknowledge it. And they don't want to, but it just is what it is. And Dan knows a thing or two about this. Because he's a Dallas fan. He know more than anybody else what it means to have a player, what he mean for the franchise. 77, no players meant more to Dallas than 77 since 41.
Facts.
Just is what it is. And before then, you can't even name a single, like, who you gonna name? Michael Dantley? No. Adrian Dantley? No. Tim Hardaway Sr.? No. It was Dirk. It really started. The Dallas Mavericks franchise started with Dirk Nowitzki. Just is what it is. So those things matter, and I just want people to understand that that those things matter. People don't go like, "What was your first Dallas Mavericks?" Michael Finley? No. It's Dirk Nowitzki. So with the Hawks, the only thing that matters is Dominique Wilkins, Joe Johnson, Trae Young. That's it. It would have been Al Horford if he didn't go to the ops.
Yeah.
But he went to the
acting
ops.
weird.
So it just is what it is, man. Malik, before we get out of here, let's go to this upcoming week. Like you said, you expect them to lose a couple of these games. let's look at the upcoming week before we get out of here, man. It is, hold on. Where we at? See. Okay. Am I going backwards? I am going backwards. Okay. I'm going forward now. This week, the Hawks have. Dang, I was all the way in. Wait, hold on. I'm turning myself all
Oh,
the
you
way.
going down? Oh, dang.
All right, where are we at? Okay,
Oh, here we go.
all right, here we go. Okay, you got the Suns on Sunday. Pistons, Detroit. And then another game that you didn't mention was the Toronto game, which was terrible down the stretch.
Oh, yeah. Facts.
You had the lead all game and you
Facts.
blew it because you didn't have someone who could score or control
Facts.
the tempo or anything like that. That's a perfect game. You need Trae Young.
Facts.
So here we go. Suns having a good season so far. Detroit having a great start to the year so far. Spurs, Wemby is playing on another planet so far. Then you head back on the road. Well, I don't know if the Spurs game is on the road, but you're on the road in
Yeah, both of those are.
Then you're on the road in Charlotte. So these upcoming games, what do you have the Hawks doing this week?
Dang. Hello?
You
you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, bet. Dang, hold on. Let me pull it up again. All right. I think they. I'm gonna say they win the Spurs. I say they win Phoenix. I think they win against Phoenix. They lose Pistons and Spurs, and then I think they win New Orleans and Charlotte. So 3-2. But I also would not be surprised if they lost the next 3.
I think they lose. See, here's the thing about 3 in a row. Like, it seems like if they lost 2 games in a row, they really be like, okay, we got to wake back up. But I ain't gonna lie, all 3 of these teams could definitely beat them, especially if they on the road, like the San Antonio on the road. Yeah. I definitely see them losing all 3 of these, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
It's possible. It's very possible.
Cause they just don't match up well with Detroit. They've always had troubles with the Detroit Pistons. Suns on the road. Suns just playing well right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like Kevin Durant was the problem, bro.
Facts.
Him and Bradley Beal, he done brought that toxicity to the Clippers and brought that whole team down. Chris Paul not playing 3 games in a row after he played 82 is heartbreaking.
That was crazy.
Like, that man started 82.
And he healthy.
But it's his fault though.
Yeah, he knew. Yeah, he knew.
Westbrook should have went to the Hawks too, but the Hawks I'm sure the Hawks didn't pursue Westbrook. I'm sure the Hawks at least reached out to Chris Paul, I'd imagine. Probably. This ain't no sources. It's just me. It makes sense why that they would reach out to him, but yeah. And then after that, you have a couple of cup games against the Wizards and Cleveland. I think they could win both of those. They just match up well with Cleveland for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, they've been. They almost won the last one. They kind of had their number last year, like when everybody was healthy.
Yeah. And then Trae, how long is 4 weeks?
The end of the month.
He might around this time, the Cleveland game, we might be looking at, I don't know. Trae might need to go to College Park first. I ain't gonna lie.
Like they did Braun.
Yeah, like they did Braun. Braun playing South Bay, man. They should send Bronny down there so they could do it like a father-son live. Stuff they can't do in the league. But yeah. Oh yeah, what was that like seeing Bronny do his thing?
Bro, it's crazy. This was I actually saw him because he came last year. He didn't play, but I guess to see him kind of play this time around, it was kind of dope. Like the crowd, of course, every time he scored, it almost felt like LeBron was scoring because everybody was going crazy, but the 6-man section was still on there like, Bronny sucks. I was like, y'all gotta stop. Y'all can't do. I want to allow this one. I'll allow anything else. I want to allow this one, bro. But it was cool. It was cool to see Bronny out there. He got a couple buckets, so.
Hold on. I looked up Bronny Hawks to get a picture from the game, and guess what popped up?
Boy.
And they called it a big three.
Bro.
He projected to go to the Hawks in our latest draft.
Oh my God.
Dang, that's crazy though. I ain't gonna lie. He said, well, ATL shot it. The James game will be pulling up. Dang, bro. He really said he was gonna go to the Hawks, bro. Because his son was gonna
Because his son was going.
And he did not go to the Hawks. His son did not go to the Hawks.
Oh my God.
If you take our son, then we not going. Bruh, look at hold on. Look at
Bruh. Oh my God.
Because Trey was clutch too at this time too.
Yeah, he was.
Trey had mob ties, bro. Yeah,
Bro, they was really trying to get that man to come here. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, shouts out to Bronny. Shouts out to his progression as a player, everything like that. Let me see what Dan said. He said, be careful of Dylan Brooks, Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, and Colin Gillespie. Those guys are some good serviceable players for Phoenix. Yeah, I mean, Phoenix just got a good team this year.
Yeah, Phoenix been playing good.
He thought the Hawks would get Bronny and Bron, bruh. Yeah. So the thing was, Bron was a free agent around the time that Bronny entered the draft. And Bron, he kind of hinted at, I'm going to play for whatever team has my son, draft my son. So that's where that came in to play and stuff like that. But Malik, getting out of here, let the people know where they can find you, all of those things. And yeah.
As always, y'all, _ Malik ATL, Twitter, Instagram. Yeah, that's me.
All right. And oh yeah, and your YouTube as well.
Oh yeah, YouTube. I guess just type in Malik Brown. I'm trying to figure out my username is something crazy. It's like mbrown at mbrown1138 something like that. I don't know where it came from, but yeah, just type in Malik Brown Atlanta or something like that. You should be able to find me. And
there you have it. Appreciate it so much, Malik. As always, shouts out to Dan in the chat and things of that sort. Love. I thought about something though. What you think about Dan? We got to log off in a second. Malik got to go back to work. It's the middle of the day. What you think about Dan? I'm gonna give you a couple more seconds. Before we get out of here. I thought about something though. Oh, here we go. When the Mavs and the Hawks play, I could hop on post game. If we do a post game after, because we usually just do during the week sometime and stuff like that. But yeah, Dan, for sure. Shouts out to Dan as always. And yes, I do not know the next time I'll be live, so don't know. It'll probably be like maybe tomorrow night. So probably tomorrow night. But until next time, you guys take care of yourselves. Peace.
Come out clean.